welcome to another INFJ ramble. Today's topic is going to touch on, um, how do I say, INFJs feeling funky. I think for most of our lives, we've gone through periods of funkiness. And I think when I was younger, I thought it was like very difficult to get through because I couldn't understand why I was feeling the way I was feeling and why I was feeling so down. But as I get older, I have a tendency to move through it more graciously. Um, I mean, bottom line, everything is everything. Does that make sense? Like, you can't expect to always be happy, right? Because of the dualistic nature of things. And, you have one extreme point, you have the opposing extreme point, and in between, we kind of like fluctuate in between the two extremes. I know INFJs are extremists, so we have a tendency to be either super duper high or we can get super duper low. And it's just part of the natural, I think, cycle of things. So I think whenever I feel like I'm kind of low in spirits, I have a tendency to isolate. Most people don't agree with this methodology, but for me it works pretty well. Like I think most people can't handle the extremity of, like, for instance, if you're feeling like down or low in spirits, people can't handle the extremity of that particular dimension of the self, right? So they need to distract because it can be painful. But for me, and I'm sure I can't speak for all INFJs, but for me, like, for me to recoup, I need to kind of like just isolate and sit with myself and wait for things to just kind of settle and pass. And I've come to realize that this, like I said, it's like a natural cycle, that you need to move through, kind of like the four seasons. You have summer, spring, winter, fall, and all seasons are necessary in order to create equilibrium within the whole mechanism, right? So you need to go through different seasons. And yeah, like I think like the best thing you can do for yourself is to acknowledge where you're at, what you're feeling. Um, and you know what is best for you. You know what I mean? Like, for some people, distraction helps. And for me, that doesn't help. Like, that just kind of like stresses me out more. Um, I have a tendency to want to isolate, quiet time, to self-reflect, even sleep. Sleeping is, I think, a great tool to help you to reset the system when it's overloaded or when it's going through like a phase of renewal. You know what I mean? Like trees, if you think about trees, they drop their leaves and then they look pretty bare for a period of time, and then next thing you know, like, you know, it they make room for new buds and leaves to